Hello everyone, this is Dharnidharan and I welcome you to my show 4L and 2T Live, Love, Learn and Laugh with Dharnidharan. Today is going to be a book review, The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari. The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari, a fable about fulfilling your dreams and reaching your destiny by Robin Sharma is an interesting book. As the subtitle suggests, it's a fable and it's one that will certainly make you give some thought to your life, your goals, your dreams and how your daily habits helps you to reach those dreams. I can't give this book my highest rating for several reasons I discussed below, but I did highly enjoy reading this numerous concepts. The author is a leadership expert and he just fills the book with combination of different life strategies, and many of these are useful, but whether they work in combination is a real question. The fable. The book takes from form of a fable about Julian Mantle, a high-profile entrepreneur with a crazy schedule and a set of priorities that center around money, power, and prestige. As such, Mantle represents the values of a society. The story is told from the perspective of one of his associates who admires Mantle's great success and aspires to be like him. But when Mantle has a heart attack, he drops out of the game and disappears. He sells all his possessions and goes to India to seek a more meaningful existence. When he comes back, he is changed man. Really, it is as if he is a completely different person. He has learned from some mythical Himalayan gurus who give him mystical and yet practical advices, which he shares with his former associate, who is the reader. What are the concepts discussed here? The core of the book is 7 virtues of enlightened learning, which Mantle reveals one by one. Now, although the book presents them as actual virtues learned from Himalayan gurus, it's important to remember as you read these are made up by the author. Actually, he pulled them from the other sources and put them together. Master your mind, follow your purpose, practice Kaizen, live with discipline, respect your time, selflessly serve others, embrace the present. Each of these virtues is discussed in some detail in separate chapters, each of them with numerous concepts and habits to develop. Most of them are very inspiring and potentially very useful. After reading the book, I incorporate several of them into my life, including the ones that involve positive thinking, visualizing the goals, and more. Again, these are not new concepts and have been discussed in many other books, but this book presented it in a very beautiful manner that it will make you to try. Next, what is the problem? After reading the book, I began to outline each of the 7 virtues because I was confused about all the action steps the book recommend taking. The truth is, each one of the 7 virtues encompasses a bunch of daily habits, and incorporating all of them into your life would be cumbersome, and some of them seems to be conflicting. As an example of the large number of habits in every virtue, here are the ones I have listed for the first virtue: master your mind. Habit. Find a positive in every circumstance. Don't judge events as good or bad, but experience them. Celebrate them and learn from them. Habit. The heart of roses. Find a silent place and a fresh rose. Stare at the heart of rose, the inner petals, concentrating on the folds of the flower, the texture, etc. Push away other thoughts that come to you. Start with 5 minutes a day, stretch it to 20 minutes. It will be your oasis of peace. 10 minutes in the same thing, habit. 10 minutes of reflection of your day. How you improve your next day. Habit, secret of the lake. They take few deep breaths and relax, then envision your dreams becoming a reality. Picture vivid images of what you want to become, and then they will become a reality. And just with the first virtue, each one has a number of habits to develop, and they are not listed out like I have done here. If you have tried to incorporate all these habits in the book, your day would be very busy indeed. Also, I would recommend you to only trying to adopt one at a time, to have a habit. Change will be hard to sustain. So what conclusion we could come through this is, although I can give The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari my highest rating because the problem listed above, I still enjoyed it a lot and was highly inspired by it. I give the book a buy recommendation for anyone who is interested in incorporating routines and habits that can transform their lives, helps them to achieve their dreams, calm them, and make them more happy. Yes, it's a jumble of too many ideas, but you can pick and choose which is potentially very pure powerful and which is highly applicable for you. Plus, it's fun and easy to read. And if you're interested, check it out, The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari, a fable about fulfilling your dreams and reaching your destiny. So guys, we had a very good review of the book today, and I'll meet you in the next episode. Thank you and have a good day. This is Dharnidharan signing off.